Narrated by Abdullah. A Jewish rabbi came to Allah's Messenger peace be upon him and said, O Muhammad! Allah will put the heavens on one finger and the earth on one finger, and the trees and the rivers on one finger, and the rest of the creation on one finger, and then will say, pointing out with his hand, I am the king. On that Allah's apostle smiled and said, no just estimate have they made of Allah such as due to him. Surah 39 verse 67. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. Once I stayed overnight at the house of my aunt Maimuna while the Prophet peace be upon him was with her, to see how was the night prayer of Allah's apostle. Allah's messenger peace be upon him talked to his wife for a while and then slept. When it was the last third of the night or part of it, the Prophet peace be upon him got up and looked towards the sky and recited the verse, Verily, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, there are indeed signs for the men of understanding. Surah 3 verse 190. Then he got up and performed the ablution, brushed his teeth and offered 11 rakat. Then Bilal pronounced the adhan, whereupon the Prophet peace be upon him offered a 2 rakat, sunnah, prayer, and went out to lead the people in Fajr, morning compulsory congregational prayer. Narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him said, when Allah created the creations, he wrote with him on his throne, my mercy has preceded my anger. Narrated by Abdullah bin Masud. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him the true and truly inspired, narrated to us, the creation of every one of you starts with the process of collecting the material for his body within 40 days and 40 nights in the womb of his mother. Then he becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period, 40 days, and then he becomes like a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then an angel is sent to him, by Allah, and the angel is allowed, ordered, to write 4 things, his livelihood, his date of death, his deeds, and whether he will be a wretched one or a blessed one, in the hereafter, and then the soul is breathed into him. So one of you may do good deeds characteristic of the people of paradise, so much that there is nothing except a cubit between him and paradise, but then what has been written for him decides his behavior, and he starts doing evil deeds characteristic of the people of hellfire and ultimately enters hellfire. And one of you may do evil deeds characteristic of the people of hellfire, so much so that there is nothing except a cubit between him and hellfire, then what has been written for him decides his behavior, and he starts doing good deeds characteristic of the people of paradise and ultimately enters paradise. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet peace be upon him said, O Gabriel, what prevents you from visiting us more often than you do? Then this verse was revealed, and we angels descend not but by command of your Lord. To him belongs what is before us and what is behind us. Surah 19 verse 64. So this was the answer to Muhammad.